Has officially arrived in southwest Oklahoma. Luckily, it looks like we'll be spared the worst of the storm. Skywarn 7 meteorologist Zac is standing by to tell us what we can expect tonight. Zac.
Hey Darcy, yeah, we're seeing snow continuing to come down. A couple hours ago, roads were just wet here across the Altus area, but we saw one of our heavier bands push through and covered the parking lot there, even had some more snow across these roads, now just some slush, and that heavier band is actually pushing through the Lawton area right now. Currently out there in Altus, still seeing some light snow. Temperatures very cold, very well below freezing, 23 degrees, feels like 13, so you need to dress in layers because we're still seeing those winds around 10 miles per hour, making it feel a lot colder. And here's outside right now, very dark out there, as we're seeing the heaviest band of snow pushing through the Lawton area right now. It continues to work eastward, and just an hour ago, you could see all these sidewalks out here. Even this parking lot behind me was visible, just wet, but with the heavier snowfall out there coming down fast enough, we are seeing it cover the sidewalks, the parking lots, and even those roadways out there. So yes, there will be slick and hazardous conditions all across southwest Oklahoma and in western parts of North Texas as well. Temperatures a little bit warmer, 25 here, but still very cold. Winds around 13 miles per hour, putting that wind chill around 14 degrees. Here's satellite and radar taking a little bit more of a wider look. We can see the snow's been working in from the Texas Panhandle and moving east all afternoon long, and we're seeing that heavier band right there working into central parts of Texoma. Continues to sweep eastward as we go through the rest of the evening, seeing that lighter snow starting to wrap up just to the west of Texoma. That will continue to work through as we go through the evening hours, and even by the time we go around midnight, we'll start to see clearing in western parts of Texoma. So doing a quick little tour on Storm Tracker 3D, zooming in a little closer, seeing some breaks and more lighter snow out in western parts of Texoma. That's where those heavier snow totals will end up being, and there's that heavier band working through central parts and northern parts of Texoma, right through the Lawton area, and continuing to work eastward. And then North Texas really just now starting to pick up on some of that snowfall from Wilbarger back to Baylor, even Throckmorton County. So here's what the rest of your evening planner is going to shape up. Snow will start to taper off, I think, in eastern parts of Texoma by 9, 10 o'clock, seeing the snow tapering up. We'll even start to see some clearing right behind that. Temperatures hanging steady in those mid-20s and then dropping off towards the upper teens. So we'll have more of a detailed forecast. I'll even time it all out on microcast for you in a couple more minutes. Darcy?
Thanks.
This is Skywarn 7 weather with meteorologist Zac Scott.
All right, seeing an early snowfall this year. Last year, we saw a very early snowfall, November 24th, and now we're even getting it in a week earlier this year. Got a couple pictures got sent in. First one coming from Gene in southwest Lawton. Looks like about 1/4 of an inch. I bet we've seen that go up since we've seen that last band working through right now. Eric in Lawton sent in a photo. Looks like he made a nice little snowman there off the hood of his car. Candace and Elgin sent in a nice photo. These were earlier, so I think we'll see even more snowfall working through these areas right now. Shadow and Frederick saw some light snow earlier today. They're going to see more on the way. And then we even have some pictures here. Brittany in Piedmont showing a snowball fight there. And Tina in Mountain Village. Beautiful shot with the snow coming down in the background. And last stop here, Ashley and Altus. Nobody can talk bad about photos with the kids in there. Got to love that. Current visibility out there, we've seen visibility less than a mile at times today. We're seeing low visibility right now at 1.5 miles in Lawton. So we're already seeing slushy roadways. Visibility is reduced. We're seeing the sunset, dark outside with that thick cloud cover around and that snow coming down. If you have to get out and travel, make sure you take your time, give yourself plenty of time and distance between those cars as well. Not only driving, but walking around on the sidewalks. We're seeing ice out there, slushy conditions. Also take your time as you're walking around. Slick and hazardous conditions really all across southwest Oklahoma and portions of North Texas. Temperatures 25 right now. Snow still coming down. Seeing the sidewalks and the parking lots in the Lawton area now covered as this batch works through. Feels like 14 degrees with the winds out of the north-northwest at 13 miles per hour. 5 to 15 will be the winds as we go through the rest of the evening and overnight, so you need to bundle up. That's what it feels like to expose skin out there. Satellite and radar showing that heavier band working in from the west to east as we've gone through the last few hours, continuing to work through. Looks like one more band working into northwestern parts of Texoma, but you see the lighter snow now in the Texas Panhandle. This will continue to work through as we go through the next few hours. I think by 9, 10 o'clock, we're seeing that wrap up in eastern parts of Texoma, and we're even going to see clear skies working in through the overnight hours. So by the time you wake up tomorrow, we'll see clear conditions blue skies will be hanging around with us. Right now we're seeing a lot of blue across the radar. As we go ahead and zoom in here, we'll take a little tour on Storm Tracker 3D. Western parts of Texoma seeing a little bit of a break, but again, looks like a little moderate band of snow about to work in the Hollis area. That will continue to work east, and even seeing some lighter snow start to filter in western parts of Texoma. Now Lawton down to Frederick, Vernon, we're seeing that heavy band continuing to work through and still have a couple more hours of that light to moderate snowfall as well. And then North Texas, really most of the snow has been across central and northern parts of Texoma. North Texas getting in on it. Wichita Falls now, from Wichita County down to Archer County and Young County, seeing that band of snow, and even some more flurries still out there. But all in all, those heavier totals are going to be in northwestern parts of Texoma. And this is just radar estimated, but you can basically get a general idea that western parts of North Texas and then pretty much southwest Oklahoma seeing the heavier snow totals. I think a dusting in parts of Texoma to 3 inches is generally what we're going to see as far as snow total goes. So a nice first start, and very early. Winter's still not anytime soon. We're talking around a late December, so very early snowfall. Let's go ahead and time it out for you on Microcast. Working through the rest of the evening again. I'll stop there at 10 o'clock. I think the last snow flurries are coming to an end out in eastern parts of Texoma. And then look at that. Clear skies working in. Winds 5 to 10 miles per hour first thing in the morning. Talking about wind chills will be with us in the single digits and low teens as we go through tomorrow. Lots of sunshine. Winds staying out of the north 10 to 20. So winter weather advisories hanging out for mostly all of Texoma through 6 o'clock tonight. Here's those current look at those temperatures into the low 20s for generally most of southwest Oklahoma, mid 20s for parts of North Texas. And then here's those wind speeds, 10 to 20 miles per hour still, and those wind chills, 9 degrees is what it feels like in Hobart. So for tonight, temperatures upper teens to low 20s for lows. Tomorrow we're looking for highs back above freezing, but it's still going to be a cold day with temperatures in the upper 30s, low 40s. Wind chills in the afternoon, look for them to be potentially in the upper 20s to low 30s. And a look at your Skywarn 7-day forecast. We are kicking off a warming trend tomorrow, continues for the rest of the mid to later parts of the week. We're in the 50s, we're talking 60s. Another frontal boundary working in next weekend, giving us our next chance of rain. Darcy, no snow, just rainfall next weekend. So next weekend we'll be like, what,
kids.
It snowed last week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we don't have any school closings yet.
Not just yet,
None
but
yet.
do look for some slick spots to be out there tomorrow with temperatures below freezing.
All right. Thanks a lot, Zach.